What is going on, guys? It's your boy Chris here. I am back with a video. So, last night, AEW did what might be the dumbest fucking thing they could have possibly done. And let me be clear. It is not this is not a video where I'm going to shit on Darby Allin. Okay? It's not about Darby Allin. Darby Allin winning the title is not the issue. Okay? Darby Allin winning the AEW World title is not the problem with what happened last night. It leads to a bigger problem and an issue with the win itself and what could have been done with his win. But him winning the title, no one is mad about Darby winning. I mean, unless you just don't like Darby. But that's fine. If you don't like Darby, you don't like Darby, and that's why you're mad, that's why you're mad. I don't have a problem with Darby Allin as a wrestler. I'm not the biggest fan of him as a person because he's done some rather shitty things. But as a wrestler, he's over. He's over with the fans. He gets a good reaction whenever he does something. And he's one of those guys that has that Jeff Hardy, please don't die thing. And he's connected with the crowd. He's one of the most over guys in AEW, so that's not a problem. With that said, the issue with what happened last night is what it does to MJF. MJF is a proven draw when he's champion. The only other people in AEW who maybe have been draws as champion are Samoa Joe and CM Punk and MJF. That's your list. John Moxley didn't draw shit. Hangman Page didn't draw shit. In fact, he drove people away. No one else who's held that belt has drawn a fucking dime. Okay? It's literally Jericho didn't really do anything for the ratings big with the belt. They're not with the belt. Like, the only Swerve Strickland didn't do shit as a draw. The only person who drew as a champion, only people who drawn as champions in AEW are Samoa Joe, CM Punk, and MJF. That's your list. Out of all the champions they've had, those are guys who've drawn. Kenny Omega didn't even draw as a champ. He really didn't. Like, people are like, don't care. He's like slowing down and shit. We don't care. So he didn't draw as a champion. And we know Hangman Page didn't draw for shit because they take it off him right after he wins it. Because he's not drawing ratings. He kills ratings. Just like the Young Bucks don't draw. They kill ratings. Just like FTR, who is now getting like... You could hear, like when they come out, you could hear like a sonic fart in a quiet church. That's how quiet it gets when they come out. Because they're not over. They're not dead. They're not over. The only people in AEW that are actually over are MJF, Darby Allin, Chris Statlander. I personally like Tekla. By the way, that promo she cut was fucking hilarious. Where she talked about, I didn't get fired from Japan. Okay, I got fired from Japan. But it was because they couldn't handle me. Just like none of you fuckers can handle me. Just like nobody can handle me. That's right. What you got to say about it? That was fucking great. And I died laughing when she did it. Like, second she said I didn't get fired from Japan, she stopped like, actually, okay, I did get fired when I was in Japan. Like, that was great. That's about the only thing. See, Hikaru Shida's back, and I'm happy about that, because where the fuck has she been? But now she's tagging with Statlander. I think Statlander didn't look too thrilled about it, but we'll see. Anyway, on to the main event of the show. Now, they're saying the MJF is like doing this thing post-match that he didn't It doesn't fucking matter. Okay? Here's the thing. The reason people are mad about the title change last night with Darby Allin is you squashed MJF in 2 minutes to a dick kick and 4 coffin drops. That was Darby got kicked in the dick, and then he responded by kicking MJF in the dick, and then hitting him with 4 coffin drops, and then did the headlock takedown pin, roll him into a pin, and that was your fucking match. And they have all this fanfare after the match, and all these people come out, and all this other shit, and all the fucking baby faces come out, like fucking the Outrunners and all the fucking conglomeration all come out, and it's like, oh, that's great. Except it's on a random ass Dynamite on a Wednesday night after a pay-per-view where MJF just beat Kenny Omega, after he's already beaten Hangman Page and all these other people to win the belt and to be this dominant champion, where he should have kept the belt until All In or All Out, where he went up against, I don't know, he could have gone against Darby there, or could have gone against Will Ospreay. Not that I want to see Ospreay win the fucking belt, because fuck that dude too, because he's a dipshit. And I'll get, at least he's selling his neck now. Like, I don't know. I don't like Will Ospreay. I'm sorry. He's not that fucking good. That's right. I said it. Ain't nobody scared. Anyway, you've got fucking, fuck Will Ospreay. I don't care about Will Ospreay or Kyle Fletcher or United Empire or any of this fucking New Japan. I don't care. Okay? I don't care. I haven't cared about New Japan since the days of fucking, honestly, since the days of Shinsuke and Chaos, alright? That's when I cared about New Japan. When Chaos ended, and Nakamura left, and Muda was gone, and Chono retired, and fucking Hashimoto died, and all the guys I grew up watching in New Japan, when I liked New Japan, like, Bullet Club was cool at first, okay? The first Bullet Club was cool. Bad Luck Fale is still my fucking dude. I love the Gorillas of Destiny, and I will always love the Tokyo Pimp, Yojiro, I can't remember his last name. But my boy the Tokyo Pimp, Takahashi. That's Takahashi, Yojiro Takahashi. I will always love my boy the Tokyo Pimp. And of course, got love for Peter. Because who doesn't love Peter? If you know, you know. But that's beside the point. But back to the, anyway, getting sidetracked. Back to not the Will Ospreay, fuck Will Ospreay. Back to Darby Allin. Now, again, all that fanfare. Sting coming in and in the backstage talking to him. It's not show, where he's like, it's showtime. No! It's not showtime. It's your time. That would have been great for an all-in or an all-out. With the story built to Darby climbing, going through all this shit to finally get the fucking match against MJF. And before anybody says, well, he was paying MJF was paying the Don Callis family no one gives a fuck about the Don Callis family. Don Callis' real life family doesn't give a fuck about the Don Callis family. No one cares about Don. That motherfucker shouldn't even be working in AEW. Okay? They could have had Killer Cross and Scarlett working there, but they're not going to come to work for AEW because of that motherfucker. You're keeping a star potential guy that everybody wants to see on a big stage off your program because you hired a fucking guy who couldn't not fuck around with her. Like, if I'm Cross, I never go there. And if I do sign there, if I see Callis somewhere, I'm whooping his ass. It's on site. Like, A, Remember all that shit, that Scarlet Fever stuff you were saying? Yeah, motherfucker. What's up now? So yeah, that's the thing. That's not a story. Okay? MJF paying the Dallas Cowboys family to take out Darby so he can't wrestle for the title is not a story. That's MJF doing heel shit that heels do. This is not a story. That's not building up to Darby getting there. He didn't go through anybody on the road to the title. He didn't go through Hangman Page. Well, Page can't wrestle for the title anyway. He didn't go through Swerve. He didn't go through Samoa Joe. He didn't go through Omega. He didn't go through... Just beat up Adam Page just to beat up Adam Page, because fuck that dude too. He started all the CM Punk shit in the first place. Fuck that dude. Fuck him. But you could have built everything up from there. Okay? Built the whole story around him going through the gauntlet of contenders, working his way, building his way up, and the whole time MJF is just, every chance he gets, he jumps him. Like, you're never going to get, he tries to interfere in the matches. You're never going to wrestle me for this title. You're never going to wrestle me for this title, Darby. You're never winning this. I won't let you get to me. That's a story. And he goes through everybody. He gets beat up. Darby does Darby shit. And every match is more extreme. And he finally gets up, gets to MJF, and he's like, it's finally like, you can't beat me, MJF. And he's like, I'll beat you. And MJF is cocky because it's MJF and he's a cocky ass heel. I'll beat you in any stipulation. I beat Hangman Page in Texas Death. There's no match that you can pull that I can't beat you in. And then he pulls out, and Darby pulls out, anything goes hardcore match. Anything goes. Because then Darby can go all that and do Darby shit. It all in. And then he goes through, he does all that. He gets beat up. He gets bruised up. He gets battered. He gets fucked up like he always does. At the end of the day, he comes out on top because Darby's built different. There's your fucking story. That's the story they could have told. Right? But AEW didn't tell that story. They put on a random title match to main event a random Dynamite after a pay-per-view. And in 2 minutes and 5 seconds, he beats MJF with a dick kick and 4 coffin drops and a fucking headlock takedown rope pin. That's your main event. That's your world title change. And now Darby's got it. And all that fanfare that he got at the end of that match would have looked great on a fucking pay-per-view. With an arena full of people going fucking nuts. Because people would have done that in an arena. And now that moment is gone and you can't get it back. You can't get that moment back. You can't undo it. And then, okay, everybody online's like, don't worry about it, stop bitching. MJF's going to win it back at Double or Nothing. Who the fuck does that help? How does that make Darby Allin a credible title threat if he wins it and then loses it like a month later? How does that help MJF? You couldn't beat this guy on a Dynamite, but now you beat him at a pay-per-view? Why'd you lose in the first place, you sorry bitch? Like, what the fuck? And again, where do you go from there? What's the match after that? What's the build-up? That's the problem with what happened last night on Dynamite. It's got nothing to do with Darby Allin and everything to do with the shitty fucking inability of Tony Khan to book a proper storyline, tell a story, and pay it off properly to where you might get people invested in the shit. That's what should have happened. That's how you could have built Darby Allin. And honestly, it could have made Darby Allin an even bigger star for your company than he is now. But you didn't do that. Why? Because you tried to hotshot bullshit to get storyline, to get clicks before WrestleMania this weekend blows the fucking doors off your company and you're in the ether for a week because no one will be talking about this next week. You got your press for 24 hours, right? For 24 hours, you got your press. But come in next week, come in on Friday, the Hall of Fame's coming, and then night one's on Saturday, right? So night one's on Saturday, night two's on Sunday, and then come Monday morning, everybody talks about WrestleMania, and no one will be talking about Dynamite until probably Wednesday. So WWE will have like 4 days of nonstop coverage based off of what they do at WrestleMania this weekend. So they did it for cheap clicks, for cheap views, and I guarantee you it didn't work. And I'll give them credit. Everybody's talking about it, right? They got people talking about AEW, but none of it is positive. Everybody's like, what the fuck did they do this for? Because everybody knows this was a bad idea. And fucking Meltzer was saying it, that they shouldn't do it. JD called it last week that they were going to fucking do this. And was even like, they're going to put the belt on Darby on Dynamite for reasons that will make no fucking sense. And everyone was like, they're going to probably fucking do it, and they shouldn't. We were like, they're going to put the belt on Darby. We were all hoping they wouldn't do it for the reasons I just said, because there's no real build to it. And what's the fucking payoff, and where do you go from here? If it's going to put it back on MJF, what was the fucking point? And this is why Tony Khan's a fucking idiot. And I'll say this. Let me be clear. I am not talking about Tony Khan as a person. As a person, Tony Khan, I watched the interview he did with Coach and Russo. And let me say, Tony Khan comes off like a very nice, very kind-hearted, very good person. I will say that to the end of the earth. He came off like a really good dude, a really good person. But as a booker and as a promoter, he doesn't know his head from the hole in his ass. And that's going to kill AEW more than anything. It's going to die because of him. And you could say, oh, he's got all this money and all. Money doesn't matter when the people stop coming because they're sick of the dumb shit. So you can talk all you want about, oh, they're going to do. Okay, great. When they stop coming, you're fucked. And that's any company. Happened at WCW. People stopped coming. They were fucked. ECW. People stopped coming. They were fucked. Ring of Honor. People stopped coming and they were fucked. Any promotion, if the fans stop coming, you're fucked. People stop buying the shows, you're fucked. It's as simple as that. And it's nothing against, and again, I don't have a problem with Darby Allin being world champion. And nobody that watches AEW does. The guy deserves it. The issue is how the execution behind it is the problem people have with it. And if you can't see that, again, that's a you problem. And it's not about, oh, just be fucking happy for him. I am. I'm happy for Darby to win the belt. He's been the day one guy there. He deserves the fucking run. Deserves a real fucking run. He deserves a real fucking run with it. but he didn't get it. Anyway, but this isn't it. Anyway, I'm going to end this now because I don't want to talk about this shit anymore. It's fucking stupid. Anyway, special note, the Minority Report is going to be tomorrow night. We're doing top 5 WrestleMania moments because WrestleMania is on Saturday. And on Saturday, Bucks and O's will be doing a show with Rick in Baltimore. And we'll be doing a hockey playoff show, preview show, and Bucks and O's. So me and Rich with Rick in Baltimore, we're going to be doing a hockey show, and we're going to be doing baseball. You're getting a double whammy. Bucks and pucks, baby. That's what's happening. Well, Bucks, pucks, and O's. I don't know, but Bucks and pucks. That's what's coming on Saturday. Don't know what time yet, but be on the lookout. It's coming. Anyway, like I said, I'm going to get off here. I got shit to do. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Peace.